What's going on, everybody? Hey, finally, it's here, the Nicktendo Direct podcast. What's going on, everybody? We are back with another NDP.
But we're going to see a spike in free-to-play games, mark my words, and they're going to do this battle pass model.
Then strike three, you're putting copyright claims on whoever uploads your video. So
whoa, I didn't know that part.
That thing for like $20, something like that.
When we get this YouTube money, Nick.
The only reason, you alright, bro?
So guys, do you guys want to know the best experience for Fortnite? Let's take a good look. Y'all gonna drop kick you. He did. He's live right now.
Yo. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by to the Nicktendo Direct podcast. Yes, Chips. I did tweet it. Link should be out there. Go ahead and retweet. Excuse me. Go ahead and retweet that. How's everybody doing out there? Ed, what's going on? Super Andrew, Chris Levi, thank you all for stopping by. Appreciate you. We got some juicy topics. It's going to be a more laid back podcast tonight. We're going to talk about, of course, the Nintendo Direct on Thursday. We're going to recap that, talk about Nintendo Switch Online, as well as some other topics. So let's go ahead and just get the panel in here. As always, the man Abaddon is here. What's going on, my dude?
What's going on, people? As you guys know, I am Abaddon Smith from the YouTube channel Abaddon Smith. Do quite a few things on my channel, talk about gaming news, talk about gaming opinions. I do gaming reactions. So if you like gaming all around, you should go check out my channel. Also got my podcast, Abaddon Direct Showcast, which is every Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So a lot going on. Got a few things coming out this week. Got some more gaming news videos this week. May have some reactions for you guys. And tomorrow morning, I will be discussing the Nintendo Switch Online service as well. So make sure you stay tuned for that.
Yes, sir. And stopping by last minute, the homie Chips. Appreciate you, bro. Skits couldn't join us tonight. Skits had some issues come up, and so he could not be here. So thoughts with him, it's not anything too serious, but I don't want to really reveal anything out there, but he couldn't be here. So Chips came through. Appreciate you, bro. How you been, man?
Good and chilling. I got my PC back up and running. Live streams is gonna be full effect after this. I'm here with my main man Squirtle as always, and it's fun to be on a podcast with Nick, man. Anytime. Glad to have the opportunity to be here, and thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. I'll just say it 5 times there just to make it a good number. Raiko, what's going on? She says, my sister's boyfriend made a good point about Nintendo's online service. All they had to do with the service is launch it with Super Mario 64. I mean, that's not a bad point. We'll get into that a little bit later. So let's go ahead and just start with it. Let's just start with the Nintendo Direct, guys. Let's just start there. I mean, some people are calling it the best Direct ever. Some people are calling it the worst Direct ever. It was a snooze fest. Just everybody overreacting to the Direct. I personally thought it was pretty good. They set themselves up for a good 2019, so they showed us some games coming out next year, so we can be hyped for that, as well as showcasing a little bit of Let's Go and a Smash bundle. The big one for me was the Final Fantasy games. That was the huge one for me. That was the one I was looking forward to the most, as well as some other ports coming. But it was good. I'd give it about a 7.5 out of 10, which isn't a bad score. But let's go ahead and go with the other two. Chips, what did you think about this Direct, dude?
I thought it was it wasn't the best, but it wasn't bad either. Like they showed off some games that definitely piqued my interest, and I'm glad Luigi's Mansion 3 is coming out for the Switch, because I was a little upset that they decided to port the first one over to the 3DS, and I really don't touch my 3DS like that anymore since I have a Switch, and Luigi's Mansion is a fun game. So I had never thought like, Luigi's Mansion is gonna come out for the Switch, or anytime soon at least, because they could have went a bunch of different ways with that. But they still highlighted some games that they spoke about before in other directs in E3 that we got to see a little bit more of. So I'm happy about that. And I guess Animal Crossing fans, got what they wanted, and that was the big announcement for this one. But they didn't really give us too much info about, anything new actually about the online service, and it's stuff that we already knew from the gate, So I mean, it was all right. I'd say I'd say an 8 out of 10, and reason for that is because those Final Fantasy titles are coming to the Switch. And I'm just hoping that they give us physical copies and they give us 8.
Well, to capitalize what you're saying off Chips, I personally believe that we're not going to get physical copies, except for 7. Not, I'm gonna say maybe, hopefully 8, but for 7, 8, hopefully 8, we can get 8, 9, and 10 too. Now, as far as 12, we may get physical copies for those because you can actually see the physical copy for that on Amazon. Right. That's for $50 on Amazon. So for those of you who don't know, it's already on Amazon for you to purchase. But as far as this direct, I would have to say this probably was the best direct. It doesn't mean that the direct was a 10 out of 10, but in terms of all the Nintendo directs collectively, I don't think I could find one better than this one. And if you really look at the previous directs, there was always a sense of disappointment overall from the fans. You look at the January direct, there was a direct with you look at the January direct, there was a disappointment with like the lack of games. There's no really new games. You look at last fall direct, it was ports. Look at the Wii U. No one even thinks about the Wii U directs. So if you go collectively from now until like the first direct until now, you kicked off the show with a game that everyone wanted, but no one was really voicing that much. Then you go into a whole bunch of other games that I could say people, kind of already knew about and is happy to hear about. But then you mentioned Yoshi. Then you mentioned a new game. What's that game? That game you know about.
Which one? Katamari.
Katamari. That was a big one for a lot of people. Daemon X Machina. That's seeing more of that game, seeing how the game's gonna have an online feature for that, seeing that the board game aspect of Mario Party is back, then seeing all these Final Fantasy games coming to the Switch. You got about 8 Final Fantasy games coming to the Switch, and it's Square Enix living up to what they said it was gonna live up to.
Yes.
And then on top of that ended off, you got Isabelle announced for Smash and a new Animal Crossing. And here's the buffer about all of this. You're getting all of this in 2019.
Yes, that's the kicker.
To me, it's not so much them just announcing these games. Every game had a release date of either late this year or late this year or early next year or mid next year or late next year. I'm thinking Luigi's Mansion maybe sometime next year. And still, that doesn't negate of us hearing anything new come this fall. I mean, this Game Awards or even the January Direct. Metroid Prime 4 and Bayonetta 3 still may be coming out for 2019. It's like the reason why this is the best Direct is because Nintendo set the move up for 2019 to eclipse 2017 and 18 combined.
Salty's Gaming in the house. What's going on, bro? I do agree. Like, dude, they showed a lot of games for next year, and there were some ports that are coming this year. And I mean, Pokemon and Smash, I believe are going to be enough, and Mario Party, I forgot that, are going to be enough to hold us over, man. You know what I mean?
They're both bundles.
Yeah,
like that.
And they're bundles. Smash. Yeah, so it's going to be enough to hold us over, like, until next year. They really did a good job at setting them up with games like you mentioned, Luigi's Mansion, Animal Crossing, Daemon X Machina, that game Town they showed that looked pretty good. That one was a big one. Like, they did a great job at setting themselves up for next year. And so people want to say that 2018 was the year of the port, and okay, fine, but at least you now see a better future. You see a light ahead if you're furious with the ports. And that's what I thought was the big But that's what won me over, as a matter of fact, just seeing all those games coming out on top of the Final Fantasy games. And you already know me, I am a big JRPG guy. That made a huge difference for me. That definitely bumped the grade up. Trey Flores, what's going on? Bad latency. The rest of this year is solid. Next year is beast. 100%. 100%. Raiko says, I will probably just play Animal Crossing all next year. I don't care about anything else other than Fire Emblem, which is probably going to release before Animal Crossing. Yeah, we didn't even mention that either. The Fire Emblem.
But what I will say is I'm super pumped for next year because I can't contain the fact, even though we don't know all the games that's coming out next year, I can't contain the fact that we have Daemon X Machina next year, we have Fire Emblem next year, we have Yoshi next year, we have Luigi's Mansion next year, we have Animal Crossing next year, we have the new Pokemon next year.
Yeah, the new Pokemon. Yeah, we forgot about the next gen Pokemon too.
Going into the holiday season, so
2019 looks scary. I have to say this. I have to put this out there. Sony has to announce PS5 next year.
Nah.
Like compared to sales, actually, I would say this. To get a good lead with their next gen console. Because Animal Crossing is Animal Crossing, I'm not a fan of the game. I'm not even a fan of Luigi's Mansion, but I know how people hype and fiend for these games. And I would say if they could wait to 2020, I would say that, but I would say for them to get a preemptive strike in terms of the competition, the faster they at least reveal it or reveal an aspect of it is really good. Something's game has passed me too. I'm not a fan of Animal Crossing, but literally look at the following base of that game.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Like me, I don't want to play Animal Crossing. That's not my cup of tea. But guess who's been playing Animal Crossing Pocket Camp in my house? My wife and my kids. So guess who's getting Animal Crossing? Me. So I mean, there's always that. And so like she said, Fire Emblem, Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion, possibly Daemon X Machina, bro. Next year's gonna be good. And yeah, I think Nintendo did a great job. Now, I don't think it was a huge, everybody, the Direct was good. Like I said, 7.5 out of 10. But yeah, they did a good job of setting themselves up for next year. Let's see here. Michael says, I feel next year from March onwards are probably going to be getting new Nintendo releases once every 6 to 8 weeks, which is great if that happens. That would be great. That would be great, and that'd also be detrimental to my wallet. Twitter has completely exploded once Animal Crossing was announced. I didn't check Twitter once Animal Crossing announced. Did anybody else check Twitter once that was announced?
Nah, I think anything Animal Crossing on Twitter just got buried in the flame wars going on Twitter. With the Nintendo Online and people just coming at each other's necks back to back. I was enjoying it, but that's just
Nintendo Switch Online, people. It was a war zone, guys.
It was brutal.
Friendships were severed. People were talking reckless to each other. It's like, come on, dog. It's just video games.
It got real. I never thought, arguing about video games could get so real, but
word.
Here we are.
You never thought arguing about video games could get so real, bro? I mean, video game.
It got real. I mean, we all played GoldenEye. We all played Mario Kart 64.
Yeah, it got very. That's something different. Like the Twitter war was like, I'm saying that was just up there, and it was crazy.
Salty out here, mad because I skipped this comment. You can hear me though, bro. Anyway, he said Candy Crush has a big following, in reference to Animal Crossing. I mean, that's true, and look how successful Candy Crush is.
I'll say that's actually a moot point because in terms of console, Candy Crush, the reason why that's not a really great comparison because Candy Crush is a free game that people will buy, so more people are likely to trust it out for free. Animal Crossing, you have to purchase and buy. People have gotten all the Animal Crossings for the 3DS, and now they even got it on their cell phones on top of that. So cell phones and 3DS, people are fiending for this game. Like, Animal Crossing is a cult classic. people will go after this game and fiend for it.
I don't understand why though. I really don't.
Neither do I.
I really don't.
I want to say that like it's Salty's game. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm not gonna buy it. I don't. The way I feel about that game is the way people feel about Harvest Moon. I was really never into Harvest Moon, so I didn't get into Stardew Valley. But I can tell you right now, a lot of people would really go out and get this game day one. This game could sell 20 million units, 20 million Switches in the year alone.
Yeah, man.
I'm being honest.
Animal Crossing's got that huge following.
Hold on, because I'm not. Again, I'm with you on this. I don't really know anything about Animal Crossing, but I do know about the fan base. So you're saying that Animal Crossing alone can sell 20 million Switches
in a 1 year's time? Yes, it could. If it had 1 year,
I don't know. I think it could sell some, but I don't think it could sell 20 million.
Watch what happens.
All right, so you're saying
if they come up with a bundle,
a bundle, yes. Now I could see it because there are some people out there that are crazy about Animal Crossing. Yes,
even
if it was a bundle, but I don't know about 20 mil. That's a big number.
That's
a huge number.
Maybe. Nah. I mean, I don't know because you got a lot of people that are Animal Crossing fans that already have a Switch, right?
Huh?
So
that's true. That's true. So
right.
You're right.
So 10 million, 20 million. That's outrageous.
Yeah.
Okay,
that
is out.
You were bugging them about maybe 2.
Let's give
5. I'd say.
Well then, I'll say I'll meet you guys in the middle. I'll meet you guys in the middle and say 5 million.
I'll give you about 1 or 2
in 1 year.
In 1 year, I'd give it.
Okay, we're talking. Here's the deal. This is the problem is we have to be able to track the bundles that it moves. I don't know.
Well, okay. All right, so I said 20 million Switches. So how about this? How many copies do you think it will sell?
Oh, copies is a different story. I think
20 million
copies is gonna be up there.
Yeah, I think the copies is gonna be up there. Like I think
20 million?
I don't think it'll be as much as Smash, but
I don't think it's gonna do 20.
Are we talking within a year?
20 million, but
I was because actually
it'll be Mario Kart's record.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
Let me clarify that because you know what? I was a little confused. All right, chat. My bad on that. I was thinking copies in my head, and then I said units of Switches. I'm like, wait, something does sound messed up right now. So thank you, my brothers, for correcting me on this. Thank you so much. But 20 million units, as in physical copy, not physical copy. 20 million units, physical and digital combined. I can see 20 million in a year, simply because Mario Odyssey has done like what, over 10 already,
but
in less than a year.
Is that the highest one, or is it Mario Kart?
No, Mario Odyssey is the highest one.
Mario Odyssey is the highest, and I did what? 10?
Over 10 in less. It wasn't even half a year at that point. Huh. Well, yeah, when it did up to June, it was over half a year. I could look it up.
Yellow Kazoo in here. Thank you for stopping by, Yellow Kazoo. Thank you. Everybody in the chat is lit right now, bro. Keep it going, chat. See, Roger says, I don't know how though, guys. I look at the top selling games on the Switch on the eShop. Stardew Valley is top and always has been. Animal Crossing might just take its place. I mean, possible. Smash will probably take its place too.
I gotta respond to Salty's game. When I say when I meet them in the middle, I meant that I was going overboard, so I took away the 5 row. I took away a big number of mine. I said, you know what? I slashed it down to 10. Mentally, I let them know that, but I slashed it down to 10.
Look,
I'm gonna meet you guys in the middle and go 5. So that's
so you think okay, I'll give you 5 mil. I think within a year the game will sell whatever Mario Kart did. Give me a little bit underneath that. Underneath that.
All right. So
to give you guys numbers, Super Mario Odyssey is 11.17 million copies. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is 10.35 million.
That's really close.
And that's as of June 30th, 2018. So
give me 9 million units sold within a year for Animal Crossing.
9 million units sold.
I was just gonna say around like 8 or 9.
I could go with that.
Give me 9 million units sold for Animal Crossing, but as far as bundles of it
9
being
and
sold,
15.
I don't know.
In between 9 and 15. Someone said, "So cut my mic." Don't you dare cut my mic.
Oh, man, it's fun. It's fun. But either way, 2019 is about to be big. That's all I'm gonna say. 2019 is about to be big. And Nintendo's about to have some real stuff going on in 2019. That's for sure. And I cannot wait for 2019. I also can't wait for the end of this year for Smash. But man, my wallet's gonna be hurting. So everybody, spread the word and help me get to these 1,000 subs.
Let alone 2019.
Listen,
I might have to sell some blood to catch up.
Listen, you know what this means? All this means is we need to get on our game on this YouTube, make that YouTube ad revenue money, and start putting that all on the side for video games.
Look, that's what I'm saying. That's
all that means.
So share it out. Share it out. Share it out, everybody. No, anyways, let's move on to everybody's favorite topic of the week. And that is Nintendo Switch Online. Let's go ahead and talk about this. Let's talk about
the beef.
Let's talk about it. Now, my qualms with the NSO, for the most part, are already public on this channel. You guys already know. My big issue right now is the fact that they went ahead and made this big announcement and didn't really tell us anything other than what we knew, other than we might get a little, the positive on it is we're getting a little bit, they gave us a little bit more insight on what NES games we would be getting. And then they were like, oh, you get exclusive offers, but we're not telling you. This is, I don't know, guys. Like, it's not, to me, this is me personally. Like I said, it's been recorded throughout my streams all week. The emotion behind this and why I want Nintendo to do well and why I want the Switch Online to be a big hit, it's all there. Y'all can check the records if you want to through every stream. It's all there. I'm not comfortable with it. I'm gonna need somebody to make me feel better about this one.
About
NSO. I don't know, man. I'm not big on it right now, man. I'm really not.
All right, so
okay, who wants to go first?
All right, I'm gonna go first, and Avedon, you can follow up. Because we was talking about this before privately. So just from my perspective, because I have a PlayStation and I've had a 360, right? My biggest issue is that we don't have native voice chat all across the board, right? Mm-hmm. But that's not too much of a problem because we got Discord, so whatever. We don't have cloud saves for every game. That's a problem for me because some of the games that I actually want to get, I can't back it up. Pokemon, you can't back it up. I have Splatoon, I can't back that up. Granted, I don't have that many hours in Splatoon, so I'm not too mad about that. But Pokemon is something that I would sink hours in.
Yeah, the Pokemon one was concerning me.
Especially on Switch. I can take that with me to work. I can chill on my lunch break. I'm saying before classes at school, anywhere around the house, if I don't feel like being stuck in my room, whatever, I can put hours into Pokemon. And the simple fact that I can't even back that up is a problem. It's a huge problem for me. We don't even have local backups. So that's an even bigger issue. On my PlayStation, I can, everything is saved to the cloud, right? And then I can back up everything on my PlayStation to an external drive. I'm straight.
Right.
I think Avedon, you was telling me that a lot of this stuff was on the Wii U and the Wii, right?
Yeah. You had messaging on the Wii, you had streaming services on the Wii.
Right.
You had local backups on the Wii. Right.
And all of that stuff we don't even have. Granted, people want to justify it and say, but it's only $20. But
that's not the point.
That's not the point. You're paying for stuff that you was gonna get anyway. And just to give you perspective, right? On a PlayStation, because I can only speak for Sony, because that's the only other system that I have. We pay $60 a year for that, right? We get the online services, voice chat, whatever, all that good stuff. But we also get the free games. And here's a comparison. We get a lot of big titles at least every other month for free with PlayStation Plus. And there's huge sales. I'm not saying that, Nintendo Online is not going to put sales up for whatever games that they have, but like, this is just what I'm saying. Like, what I'm used to on my PlayStation in terms of the online service, I'm not getting it on my Switch, and that's kind of a problem for me, because with the Switch, if you want to play with your friends with, most of their IPs, you got to pay for it. I'm saying everybody's going to get Smash Brothers, and of course everybody's going to get the online service because they want to play the latest game is probably going to be the best Smash Brothers out of all of them, right? They want to be able to play that online with their friends or whoever, and then they can't unless they pay for that. And that bothers me a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everything else you can play no problem, but for their main IPs, you kind of lock behind that sub.
Yes,
Absolutely right.
Let me just chime in real quick. Like, my thing was this, is that they were gonna have this release. When were they gonna have it released last year? Like November-ish, sometime around when Splatoon 2 came out, right? They were that's when they were gonna have the NSO originally come out, and then they delayed it. And they delayed it, and they said we have to look into some things and this and that, and it makes us believe like they are going to improve it and have some, and it was going to be like something bigger than we thought it was going to be. And I think that's kind of what has me right now, is I remember them delaying it, and it's like, okay, cool, they're gonna figure some things out, and maybe they want to fix some things and change some things, and then come to find out it was just the same thing that we were always meant to get. And I know that they added the NES games, and that's cool, and the exclusive offers, but at the same time, like, I don't know, man. Like, I just don't feel like paying the extra money to play Smash and stuff. But if you want to, you're gonna have to. That's my big issue. What's going on, Jake? Thanks for stopping by, bruh. Go ahead, Avedon.
All right, so here's my thing with this. I've been seeing this theme. I'm hearing it for you guys too. Here's my theme that I do not like hearing, is that we have to pay. There's too many people under the impression saying that you have to pay. And to me, that is very sad. It's very sad that we feel like we're powerless and we can't say nothing back against Nintendo. It's like, I did a poll yesterday. Over 100 people voted, and Spawnwave did a similar poll himself. I'm actually going to see if I can find his poll, the results of his poll too. And on my poll, I can tell you right now, over 70% of people, 70% said yes, they're going to get it to play Smash. I go on Spawnwaves, and he says, are you buying Nintendo Switch Online service next week? And 58% said yes, but 18% said they're waiting for Smash. So roughly a medium of like 75%, roughly 75% of the people, or over 75% of the people, however you want to slice it, are going to get this service anyway.
Right.
What message does that send to Nintendo that the American consumers are still going to buy this? And not to mention, I want to put this out there. That 78% that he did is out of 5,765 votes. 5,765 people voted for that. And 78% of the people are still going to get it. So if 78% are still going to get it and not going to protest and say no, what message is that sending to Nintendo? Nintendo, they're not going to see a sense of urgency to change. Like, yeah, they're going to hear you. Yeah, they're going to make some changes, but they're going to drag their feet doing so.
True.
And I just want to touch up and finish off with saying I think that's the biggest problem. I feel as though we're just accepting it and working on Nintendo's terms with this instead of reminding Nintendo, I'm like, hey, we're paying for your service. And I was talking about this with Rax on his stream, and he actually corrected me on like a semantic terminology. And I actually, even though it is semantics, the terminology does make a huge difference. This is a service, not a product. And I'm quoting him on it. Like, I'm glad he brought that to my attention even more. I think I need to remind us, this is a service and not a product. You don't have to pay for the service to enjoy the product. Like, we can still enjoy the products. So yeah, it will suck. But as I told somebody else last night, if you want to protest something, it comes with sacrifice. And sacrifice is not supposed to be easy all the time. In fact, sacrifices is usually not supposed to be easy.
Hey.
It's like you can't say that I want to play my games, but I want Nintendo to get their stuff together in the same sentence. You're gonna have to sacrifice you having an online experience for a little bit if you want Nintendo to get the point that they're messing up.
Yeah, that's a fair point, and I'm glad you brought up the point that it was in the Western area, so in the United States and in Canada and in parts of the UK, because we all know that, at least personally, I feel that this NSO is mainly for the audience over here. I feel like that's what it's for, or what they did it for is because they know that we are really big on the online over here, not so much over than in Japan. So I'm glad that you made that point, because we will still end up paying for it unless we want to sacrifice certain things. Will people be able to make that sacrifice to make Nintendo improve? I don't think so, especially come December, bruh. Especially come December.
That's the biggest way to protest it. The biggest way is don't buy Smash and the online service.
Well, I'll say you could buy Smash, just don't buy the online service.
Buy Smash and just do local competitions only, people.
But look at your own poll though. Like, a lot of those people said that they're still gonna get the Switch service anyway, right? And even more people said that they were gonna get it once Smash drops. Why are they gonna get it when Smash drops? Because they can play online. Now, if this is so much of a problem for everybody across the board, boycott boycott the product and the service.
Because the product, I don't see the reason why I don't agree with that. Because the product is not the problem; it's the service.
I mean, it'll be temporary. It'll send a bigger message to Nintendo saying that we're not happy with what you're giving us, rather than just boycotting the service.
I see your point.
You still have people that's gonna buy, they're gonna cop out and get the service anyway. I
definitely see your point.
So it's like, for me at least, you can't do one without the other. I'm saying, if you're gonna try to boycott something, you gotta do it all across the board. You know what I'm saying? Like, perfect example with EA. This whole microtransactions thing. A lot of people didn't buy Star Wars once the word got out. People stopped paying for the stuff.
Well, that's the thing. The thing was the game itself, though. It was the game itself. That's why I think people boycotted the game, because it was the game that was broken. Like, I don't think Smash Brothers is really going to be broken. It's like Smash Brothers will still have a lot of different things that people could enjoy offline.
It doesn't have to be broken. The message is still there.
I see where you're going. I guess I would say hit where your target actually is, because then Smash Bros. Not having good sales, that could affect Nintendo in a deeper way that many of us may not want it to deepen them in. I would say hit them where it's like, hey, so they could read the service, because if you don't sell Smash, if Smash is not selling, then that may mistranslate into something else. You would be directing your protest, saying this is the problem, this is what we're against. If it's not Smash, they turn around and change Smash in the worst ways because it's not selling.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you want to be extremely precise on why you're protesting. It's like, we're protesting because we do not like your service. We do not like how our cloud saves could possibly disappear if we don't pay for your service.
Yes.
Or if our bill lapse, if we get lapsed in the bill, our cloud saves could disappear at that point. No, that shouldn't be. Nintendo has the power to fix all this. Nintendo has the power to offer local backups. Now, people, on my podcast, it was argued that the local backups were the reason why the Wii U was hacked. And I'm like, Nintendo needs to find a way around that. Local backups is done on every other console, and every other console don't suffer from piracy on the level Nintendo does. Nintendo,
what's the real problem?
Nintendo, I will say this, Nintendo has more to lose, so Nintendo needs to invest into their security and a better security system so they can do the basics of local backups. So this way, they don't have to focus on cloud backups. This way, this whole thing with cloud backups is, okay, it's whatever. I can locally back up my game now. Because Chips, if you could locally back up your Pokemon, would you be mad about these cloud saves?
No, because the thing is that, well, look, here's the thing. I want them to do cloud backups all across the board.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying it's not just pertaining to me and Pokemon, but the next gamer with whatever game. Let's just say when Animal Crossing drops, people put mad time into that, and they say, "Oh, Animal Crossing is not supported by cloud saves." How mad do you think fan base is gonna be?
Well, no. What I was saying was, shouldn't you? My thing is, the argument should be there should be more of a focus on not cloud saves, local backups instead of cloud saves. Local backups to me is a much better argument because that's more in their reach. You could just say, hey, now you could put all your stuff on your SD card. You can save your save data on your SD card. To me, that's a much better way of going about it. Say, okay, you can now put all of your games on your SD card. Boom. Problem solved about cloud saves.
That would be a big problem. That would be a big problem solved. I mean, so far they haven't done that, and I that's my biggest fear is like, okay, if you have a lapse in coverage, your cloud saves are gone. And then I read something that you have to log in at least once every week, or you don't get the access to the classic games.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I'll try to find the article for you, but that was the thing. You have to log in at least once every week to get access to the NES
Xbox
games.
1.2.
Like, so.
Yo, that is
so.
Xbox.
So that's that. Not to mention,
Xbox.
yeah, dude, it's pretty crazy.
Wait, so what do you mean by log in? Like just turn on your Switch and just be automatically connected to the internet?
I guess so. I guess so.
Then that's not a problem for me.
Why?
This is the same problem that Xbox One ran into. You guys realize that, right? This is the same thing Xbox One announced at 2013 E3.
Oh, all that stuff for the DRM and everything else, and everybody.
And they said you have to log on your Xbox at least. It was like some time frame you got to be logged onto your Xbox.
Yeah, I mean, they just put it there, man. I mean, I thought the same thing. I'm like, well, okay, I'm gonna be on every day, But
I gotta look this up now.
What if somebody is gone though? You know what I mean? What if somebody is gone for a while? And
you're right. Nintendo Switch Online requires weekly logins to access NES games.
Told you. It's right there, bro. It's right there.
Yo, Abaddon, please put that in the chat.
Please put that one in the chat.
Please put that in the chat,
like you said, it doesn't bother me because my Switch is right here next to how to turn it on, blah blah. It's there, right? It's there. But what if somebody likes to have their Switch on the go? They go on a business trip or whatever. They have NSO. They want to play their online games. Boop. They don't log in for a week. They can't play those games. Can't play them.
I'm tweeting Nintendo America right now. Get your act together.
They can't play them. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just not consumer friendly on everybody all around. You know what I mean? Because there are people who do have their Switch not online all the time.
I tweeted them. I don't care. No, I tweeted them straight. All straight right now. That is unacceptable. Get your act together, Nintendo. That's unacceptable.
Especially if says it's crazy because say someone has a bad month or car gets messed up with payments or internet has to go on a trip or something, they lose your stuff. Exactly. Be more Wi-Fi hotspot. People do. I mean, some people do have Wi-Fi hotspots on their phone. Some people don't. I mean, let's think about this for a second. Okay, so a parent gets their kid NSO. Their kid's gone for a while. The kid they go on a vacation. They don't have hotspot or anything. Kid doesn't log in for a week, so he loses his stuff. You know what I mean? There's just different scenarios that you can think of where this can mess up.
What about casual players who only turn their system on maybe once a while? Like I'm thinking about people who play 2K or all of those sports games. And I'm saying if they don't, they have it to play whenever they want, but they can't play it like every day during the week.
Yeah.
If they miss a week, they lose all of that.
Yeah, and Rod Cole here says I go away for weeks at a time. Not everywhere I go has great Wi-Fi. Exactly. I mean, there are reasons that this is kind of disturbing. Like I said, it doesn't affect me personally, but it can affect other people. You know what I mean? Like I said, everywhere I go for the most part has Wi-Fi. Everywhere I go. So I mean, if I go here, my house, my parents' house, they have Wi-Fi. I have my job has Wi-Fi. Everywhere you go almost has Wi-Fi. But some people can end up in spots that don't have it. I lose classic games or maybe my saves. I don't know if it's your saves, Chris, but for sure the NES classic games. For sure. He says it doesn't remind me of Xbox, but Microsoft fixed their issue. They did, but that's because everybody was roasting them. I don't know if everybody's gonna roast Nintendo for this one.
And that's the problem, right? At least with Sony, if you don't renew your subscription, right, you still have the games in your system, but it's locked because you need to renew it to play those games. At least from what I know, I haven't really tested this out because I'm staying up to date with my thing, but you don't lose your data. It's there for 6 months. You still have the games. It's not being erased because it's downloaded physically on your hard drive for your system. And then whenever you renew your membership for whatever, a month, 2 months, a year, everything goes back to normal. Like I can live with that,
right? But
you gotta check in once a week.
You gotta check in once a week. So basically, what this means is you have once you connect back online, then you get access to games again, basically. But
that's a problem because then that means you gotta download it all over again. Nobody wants.
No, you don't. It's like I'll delete my link. I'll just delete it. I get where it's coming from. I read the article. I saw the headline. I'll leave to read the article as you guys are talking. Let's give it some context, guys. Basically, what it's saying is you have 7 days to play these games up to without an internet connection. And this is why I hate Forbes magazine. I should have been careful with Forbes. But something told me to reread this article because it's Forbes magazine and it's this douchebag Eric King. And I don't like Eric King. I don't like this dude.
Tell me about it.
Like this dude's a fraud. He's a fraud gamer.
Tell us about it.
No. Anyway, this dude fabricates anything about the Nintendo Switch and turns it around for views. It says you could play these games up into 7 days. You can play these games up into seven days without an internet connection. Right? Check this out. It's a streaming service. Think about that for a second. It's a streaming service. So if anything, it's giving you some leeway for 7 days. Because at the end of the day, it is a streaming service provided by an online service. I'm not trying to white knight for it, but it is a streaming service.
Okay, so it's temporary.
Yeah, so once you get your internet connection back, then you can restream again.
So strumming service though,
because you don't download the games, it's a streaming service.
Yeah, but how are you gonna get it for a week without? How are you gonna play them?
You have it it's accessible to, like, once you download, but there's gonna be like probably some type of setup where you could access it for 7 days without the internet,
like streaming music on Spotify and stuff like that. If you want to download it, you can download it.
Exactly. Gotcha. You have it available to you for those 7 days, but if you're gone, you don't have an internet connection for 7 days, then you have to wait until you buy a connection in order to reconnect and have access to it again. And once you reconnect, let's just say you hit that 7 day mark, right? On that 7th day, if you reconnect, you're back. Which makes perfect sense.
It does make sense. That's true. But like I said, it's not an issue
Forbes
for
magazine.
Forbes magazine. See, because I saw that same article and I was like, you know what I mean? So I was like, what triggered? But I'm glad you put some insight on that one. So it's safe to say that the NSO needs improvement, and hopefully they do improve it. My thing is the classic games. Hopefully they change. It's not just NES. It turns to Super NES and N64 games and so on and so forth. I want to get more information on these exclusive offers that we get. whether that's, you know, maybe a discount on certain games or whatnot. I want to see what those are. I wish they would have told us. That would have been huge, I think, if they would have just announced that. Here's your first offer if you get NSO. I thought that would have been dope, but they didn't do that. But that's what I'm waiting for. I'm just waiting to see on the improvement. It will be SNES. That is already data mined. So Bad Lazy says there will be Super NES games by the data miners, which is good news because data miners, you know, have been great. They've been helping us out.
Yeah, but they also been ruining things for us too, though.
I mean, yeah, fair enough.
It's a give and take. Like honestly, a lot of these things that we've seen in directs, we've already known about because of leaks. I just want one direct where there's no leaks and I can just be surprised and excited about something.
Oh, good luck with that, bro. Good luck with that. Stay off the internet, because that's the thing, man. We gotta stay off the internet if you want that. Online GoldenEye 64, that would have been the seller. That would have been the seller, and that also would have been the friendship ender. Because, like I told you, I was playing GoldenEye over here on my birthday on this classic TV behind me with the N64s, and I about wanted to kill my friends. They kept killing me, and it was not fun. I'm telling you right now, GoldenEye 64 would be friendship enders. Excuse me. Not to mention these games, these classic games are gonna be, I believe, in 1080 60 frames, if I'm not mistaken. I just think I saw an article about that. They're gonna, or not 1080, but they're gonna be in higher resolution. I think it's what it said.
So, yeah, I'm looking at this right now. The way I see it, you know how you get access to news on your Nintendo Switch?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be something like that where you get access to some of these things and like you can read some of the old news that you probably gained without an internet connection. But because you already have that access, you can go ahead and play these games at any time. So it's not, these games won't take up any of your memory on your download. It's going to be like a different like app on your Nintendo Switch where you get access and choose which game you want to play. And for those of you who are wondering what I'm talking about, I'm going to show you guys in the chat as well. Check this out. If you go to here to the Nintendo website, you can actually see for yourself how it actually is presented. And these are games that you would actually be able to access and play right away. You see how you're able to scroll? You see how you're able to scroll and just choose whatever game you want? To me, this looks more vital. It makes more sense.
This makes more sense. Hey, about that Tecmo Bowl though, who want to come get this work in that Tecmo Bowl?
I'll beat you down. Worse than beat Jake and Madden.
I'll tell you that right now.
I'll give you a worse beating than you gave Jake and Madden.
Yo, Chris Levi with the $1 Patreon. With the $1 Patreon, my dude. Appreciate you. Welcome to the squad. We're gonna call it the squad. Welcome to the squad, man. Appreciate you, bro.
At the Abaddon Army, so what's good?
Appreciate you. Abaddon Army, we got the squad over here. Appreciate you, my dude. Appreciate you, my dude. We hype. Go beyond plus ultra, my dude. I appreciate you. Really do. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So I think we beat NSO into the ground. Let's go on to this next topic. I really want to discuss this one, and then we have a fun topic after this one. Let's talk about Fortnite. Excuse me. Everybody knows the game Fortnite. Everybody knows it, right?
What's Fortnite about?
We'll find out. So Fortnite, we all know Fortnite, out there changing the world. Everybody's playing it. I mean, it's everywhere, right? So apparently, let me just click this real quick and get this. So apparently in the UK, and we don't have numbers in the US, but in the UK, Fortnite has been referenced to in 5% of divorce petitions in the UK. 5%. Fortnite is out here, and that's just this year so far. Fortnite is out here in the marriages. It was referenced to as an issue in this marriage. And this brings me to a point. There's another, I saw a few other articles, kids addicted to Fortnite, parents tried to drown them kids, damage the house, did this and that. There was a 60-minute special in Australia that I saw where a mother was afraid of her son because she tried to ban him from Fortnite, and he like assaulted her and was like scratching her. He was like 13, and he threw a god-awful fit. And she was talking about how she was just so scared, and I'm thinking to myself, you're the parent, like you have to take control. But that's a different story. What I want to get into is not just the game Fortnite, but the addiction of certain video games. Jacob Bacon says it's WoW all over again, right? The addiction of certain video games moving forward, and how is it more impressionable for the young kids? Is it more impressionable on us older adults? Is it just an overall thing? I just kind of wanted to create an open discussion about this, because when I read this article, I was really, like, I got really sad. I'm honestly about it. That something such as a video game can just wreck and cause issues in marriages. Kids are so addicted that they're just fighting their parents over it, and it's just a sad issue. And I just really kind of wanted to just have an open discussion about it. Avedon, you got anything you want to say, add to this, or talk about, or all that good stuff?
Listen to your wife.
He said, "Listen to your wife."
Yo, happy wife, happy life, right?
Hold on, man. Hold on. You keep talking.
I mean,
Guys, choking, yo,
don't die at us, Nick.
yeah, don't die over there on the screen, bro. You can't call 911 for you.
That was good, man. That was good.
I mean, what do you say about you told me what to say about them? I'm like, all I gotta say is listen to your wife. If your wife is mad at you playing Fortnite, stop playing Fortnite so much, guy.
I mean, I don't play Fortnite, so that's the
not
thing,
you.
though.
Not you.
But
I'm saying
right.
in general. I'm saying not you, but there's so many people in here. It's like you building all these walls and everything, bruh. You realize you're building a wall between you and your wife in that marriage, fam. You gotta chill out. Put that Fortnite down a little bit. Put that Paladins down a little bit. Put the video games down a little bit. It's okay. It's okay. It'll be back for you. It'll be back for you. Go spend some time with your wife. Go take her out. Then come back home, and guess what? You may be able to play Fortnite together.
Hey, yeah, Fortnite is crossplay. You gotta switch. You may have something.
No, don't.
Yo, Kazoo says video games are not real and therefore should not affect marriages. Hey, agree.
Video games are not. I will say this, but no. I will say this to the Yellow Kazoo. All right, let me stop joking around. Here's the thing. Video games are time consuming. So yes, even though they're not real, they are extremely time consuming. The portion of time that you put into video games takes away from time from other things. It could take away time from building things you need to build. It could take away time from your family. It could take away time from you just being functioning as a normal human being if you let it. If you let video games consume your life. And it's really easy to do on grindable games like Fortnite, where you level up and you get more rewards by how you level. It's really easy, as Jake mentioned, on WoW. WoW is a highly grinding game, or MMOs in general. Games that require a real grindy aspect could really... Oh, sweat. Sweat.
Hold on.
Oh, sweat. I'm gone.
Hold on. Hold on, my computer just went nuts, bro.
But it's from a really grindy aspect, it could really take away from the quality of life that you really have. I think, if anything, people need to figure out a balance between their gameplay and their family time. And every family dynamic is different. So I'm not going to be the guy to say you should spend this many hours. Every family, every dynamic is different. So you do what works best for you and the person that you're with. But the fact that this has caused 5% of marriages in the UK, you have to look at the demographic. It's a different country altogether. So they have different values, they have different things available to them, and just different practices. So it's like sometimes it's more acceptable for a spouse to want to spend more time with their spouse at a certain time. Playing Fortnite, if you look at people who play Fortnite, people will play Fortnite literally from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. 12 hours straight grinding, and they'll be some of the best people playing, but they have no time for their families. If you look at one of the best Fortnite players, one of the higher YouTubers now, Ninja, happily married man, but I guarantee you that man is not on Fortnite all the time.
True, it's true. It also helps whenever you're the biggest streamer on Twitch and to bring in the kind of revenue that he does. That kind of
you're
helps.
a little bit more tolerable on that one.
you could probably be a little bit more tolerable on that. Like,
Yeah,
like,
it's like
you know
you
what?
like,
You are
hey,
playing
bring the
Fortnite,
money.
but guess what? I'm liking that check that you bring it in too. So guess what? Go on. I understand. You know, that's a different story. But like people like me, people like you, like that's different. That's different. You know, and I'm glad that my wife is understanding in my situation as well. I'm glad that I have a wife that I have, that she allows me to play games and do this YouTube thing. So I really do appreciate that. But not everybody has that. You know what I mean? Not everybody has that.
100%.
Yeah. I don't think my husband would mind if I was in Ninja's position raking in all those dollars. Yeah, that's true. But you know, like Avedon was saying, man, it's too many variables and things are just different. But in terms of those kids wilding out, that's just bad parenting all around.
That's what I was gonna get to. Yeah, the marriage thing's one thing, but the kids.
Like,
That's
you know what
that's what I fear from my kids, honestly, and that's why I'm trying to kind of get them to calm down on the video game train a little bit. Like they play video games a lot, and my oldest is only 5, and so I'm trying to get them to calm down just a little bit. Hey, that's why my son plays soccer right now. Like there are other things to do than play video games. I'm glad you love video games like I do, but I don't want you to be. And honestly, that 60 minutes kind of got me in that mindset of like, look, I need you to do other things because if you turn on me like that, we're gonna have problems. You know what I mean? Like we got some problems.
Like, I don't think we could ever do that growing up.
No, we couldn't do that. Here's another mention.
If I wilded out about video games growing up, I wouldn't be talking to you guys right now.
Word, like, you know what it is too, man. It's just a different era and what, or how parents decide to parent their kids. Like, you know, I feel like now it's more practice to not, you know, discipline your kid. When I say that, I mean whoop their ass when they acting up. You know, they wanna sit them down and talk to them and put them in time. Nah, man, I ain't doing all of that. You gonna catch one of these, go do your homework.
You missed it in my live stream on Friday.
Be careful, Chips. You're on live. People put this clip of you.
In my live stream on Friday, I literally yelled out, "Beat the kid!" I literally yelled out, "Beat the kid!"
Kids, so that ain't a problem for me.
And that was and everybody laughed, bro. They were like, I was like, rip stream. Nobody record that because everybody's gonna think I'm a child beater because I literally yelled out, "Beat the kid!" in my live stream. It was an embarrassing time, but
I'll say it for you. Beat the kid.
Parents should be afraid. Parents should be afraid of their kids, but my father with the fear of God.
Hey, for real though. I mean, that's my dad and my mom too.
All it took for your mama to say is, "I'm gonna tell your father." They're like, "Oh." What do you want? What do you want?
Hey,
I'm sorry.
For real, like that's how it was with me too. Mom was like, "Yo, when your dad gets home, oh wait, dad's coming home. Never mind. I forgot dad's coming home from work, and he's not gonna be happy about that. Yeah, let me just chill for a minute. Yeah, I mean that's what it took. But man, like these kids wilding out, bro. Like, yeah, it's bad parenting, but let's not dismiss the fact that these companies are out here trying to make these games addicting on purpose.
And I want to touch on that. These companies actually have psychiatrists to really learn how to make games more addicting. And I hear an echo, by the way. But I want to really point that out. It's like they're studying how to make video games more addictive. How can they increase playtime? Because think about it. If a lot of these free-to-play games, you got to think of what is their output. They're looking to see how they can get more people to keep playing. The more people you have online, there's a way they can still get payouts for that. You got to think, why do these games run for free?
Exactly.
It's like it's like, how is this game running for free? It's by usage, the amount of people that's on. So if we can increase the time for people to stay on, it's kind of like, all right, you know what? This is all right. I can't prove this because I don't have data to prove this. This is just from my observations. But you guys follow me and tell me where you go with this. You guys getting a sneak peek of how I just observe things. All right, so I get the feeling a lot of these games like Fortnite, Paladins, or any other free-to-play game you could think about, they're taking the same route as like Facebook, same route as Twitter, same route as YouTube. They're taking the same social media route and looking for ways to keep people on their platforms. And it's like how to keep people engaged for X amount of hours. Like, for the longest time for MMOs, the grindy aspect was trendy. And because people like grinding up their levels so much, it was nothing for them to keep going. When people got tired of grinding, that's when microtransactions, this is before loot boxes, that's when microtransactions was implemented in these games. And when they introduced those microtransactions, it made people feel like they want to play longer because they had a competitive edge over everybody else. Like if you go to an MMO lobby and you see this person that has all this special gear on and they look super cool, it made you want to get that gear too. So in another instance, people had all this flashy armor and the companies were making even more money, plus the usage of people playing these games online. So it all goes in a retrospect that they're trying to make a lot of these video games more addicting, and it fits into the console wars because the console games, they're finding how can they compete against these games because people are playing more of these games than the console games now. That's why console games have kind of like declined in sales a little bit. Not much, but it's once in a blue moon you see sales like Mario Odyssey on a attach rate like that. If you look more so on the PlayStation 4 aspect, God of War sold how many copies? If you know, Chips?
No, I forgot.
But it's like, it's under 10 million, right? Or under 20 million?
Yeah, I think
exactly. So it's like going and looking at that attach rate, you would think it's more readily available. People are looking for games where they can grind out and just spend more time on. So that's why the Call of Duties, that's why NBA 2Ks, that's why those games will always be a thing because it feeds into that market.
Oh, sorry about that. Why? Sorry about that. Yeah, like
in 3 years, Fortnite will be like MySpace, exactly.
But that's my thing though. Like, let's not pretend these games aren't addicting, and they're figuring out how to exploit us and the younger generation of people. So whenever everybody's like, "Well, it's bad parenting," let's not forget that there's also other things that can kids. I'm not making excuses for these kids, and I'm not making excuses for these parents. But let's not pretend like these companies are out here making these games addicting. And making studies and figuring out a way to make us feel like we can't do without. Like Avedon said, hours spent on the platform making you want to continually play and spend money. Let's not act like that's not out there. But let's move on to the last topic, and I hope to be a fun topic. And in the chat, everybody in the chat, participate with us. So Sega has a
Sega.
Thank you. Sega has a service called Sega Ages. It's coming to. Is it coming to all platforms? Do what?
Huh? I'm actually excited for it.
Is Ages coming to all platforms, right? Or is it just?
No,
just
that's
Switch?
Nintendo Switch.
There you go. So just Nintendo Switch. Thank you. So here's my deal. So we were talking. We talked about ROM. We talked about how Nintendo was after all these ROM sites. It's now clear as to why they're after these ROM sites. I've said this already before, but I'm gonna say it again. Sega Ages, their own NSO, and then now Square Enix is out here putting classic RPG games on their console. It is clear as to why they're after these ROM sites.
Didn't I call it? Didn't I call it a few weeks ago?
Yeah, you called it. This is 100% now clear why they're after all these ROM sites.
I told you that. Everyone thought I was tripping. Everyone thought I was tripping.
So Sega is now.
I called it that this was Nintendo was pulling all these ROMs off their ROM sites because they had plans on releasing these games on their console.
Yes, and he said that they were the only one with enough pull to do it versus everybody else, and so they were kind of spearheading this attempt for everybody else. And it's clear that now we're seeing this. We got these classic Square Enix games coming, and they're gonna keep giving us more. Sega Ages, now the NES Classic games, probably Super NES Classic games. So it's clear why you're doing this. So if you guys don't know, Sega is asking people what games you want on the Sega Ages platform or whatever. And they're
In
going
Japan
to
only. They didn't do that
in
yet
Japan
over
only.
here.
In Japan
or-
only.
It's Japan only, but if you have a Japan Nintendo Switch account, you can go ahead and download these games.
So they're asking them what they want, and then they're going to reveal the results at the Tokyo Game Show. So that's a fun little thing. It's cool to see Sega doing that. But I wanted to ask everybody in the chat and everybody on the panel, what games would you like to see come to Sega Ages? Me personally, you give me any Sonic game, I'm down.
Can I answer this?
Go ahead. I'll let you go after, because I know you gonna say a game that I'm gonna say, and I wanted to say it first, but I'll let you go.
Nah, Nick, go ahead and say it
No,
first.
no, no,
Go
no.
say it first, Nick. Say it first, Nick.
Fantasy Star,
First, Nick.
Fantasy Star,
Huh?
Fantasy Star, Fantasy Star, and more Fantasy
Yes.
Star. Fantasy Star, Fantasy
knew it.
Star, Fantasy Star. That's the game I want to see.
Yes.
That's the game I want to see. On top of everything else. Go ahead.
All right, no. Okay, so Fantasy Star. So basically, Nick, you see what I see. You see it's going into the Dreamcast. So
Yep.
good. You see it's going straight to the Dreamcast. So I'll say, good job. Good job. Jake can said another one I want. I want to see Power Stone. You know what game I want to see as well? Marvel vs. Capcom 2. You know what the other game I want to see? I want to see Crazy Taxi. I want to see Jet Set Radio. I want to see Sonic. I want to see Sonic Adventure on there. I want to see
With the chow function.
Can I? Yes, please. Can I bring it even further? I want to see Vector Man. I want to see Toe Jam and Earl. I want to see all of these games. I want the original Streets of Rage trilogy on there. I want all of these games to come on Sega Ages. We need all of these games on the Switch. And please believe, I don't want, like Chip said, it's Japan only. Yo, real talk, we all played these games before. So it's not going to be a thing for us to know what's going to happen or how to play.
Yep.
We played these games before, so it being in Japanese doesn't mean a thing to me. I'm going to buy it and I'm going to have fun.
Sir. Yes.
Yo,
sir.
the only problem that I have is that I don't know which one is gonna be start new game and which one is gonna be options, man. That's gonna be a hard one to figure out.
Bro.
I'm joking.
You're still going too far. The games back then even still didn't have new games.
I'm joking, bro.
I know.
There's so many games on here, bro. Altered
There's only two
Beast,
options, man. If I go into options by accident, I'll just back out.
Alex Kid Chameleon, Echo the Dolphin,
Echo the Dolphin.
classic games, bro.
I hate Echo. They can keep that.
Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3. Since we're getting 4, you might as well give us all 3.
Yeah. Give us 3. Give us Streets of Rage. You know what else they can give us on top of that? They can go ahead and give us X-Men and X-Men 1, X-Men 2. You remember those games?
Sega games.
No,
Those were
X-Men
Sega games.
were tight.
X-Men 2 Clone Wars was a Sega game.
You sure they didn't come on Super Nintendo as well?
Let's see. X-Men 2 Clone Wars. That was a Sega only game, I believe. I know the first one. Yeah, it's only Sega. I knew I was right. X-Men to X-Men.
Oh,
X-Men
Separation
2.
anxiety.
They wouldn't
That's
be able
both.
to
Oh, was it
do it
both?
because of the whole Fox owning X-Men rights and stuff like that. They still
Developers? No. They can just go to Activision.
for
That was
what?
for X-Men 2. That was Activision.
No, but no, but the reason why Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was taken off the PlayStation Store is because of X-Men rights, because of Fox owning it. So
Fox
it doesn't matter about the publishing company.
sucks.
It's not even Marvel at this point. It's Fox. But even though I think Disney bought it out, but they still have it till about 2020.
Fox will kick rocks.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's gonna become part of Disney, I think.
Disney sucks then.
They bought most of Fox
sucks.
stuff,
I'm
so
gonna keep saying it. Fox sucks.
it does. But they can definitely put Spider-Man on there.
Not separation anxiety.
Separation Anxiety,
They can.
yeah, like
That's multi-plat.
Yeah.
Separation anxiety was multi-plat. Maximum Carnage was multi-plat.
Well, I played it on Sega first. Sega to me.
Yeah, exactly.
I played Maximum Carnage on Sega first, and I played Separation Anxiety on Super Nintendo. So yeah.
Either way, we would love those games to come over in the Sega Ages collection.
Put the whole Genesis collection on there.
Yeah.
Might as well just put the whole Genesis collection on there. I mean,
Yeah, instead of re-releasing them like every year with half the games in one and the other half in the other. Like
It's gonna be Genesis. I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna happen. We're gonna get Genesis games. We're gonna get Sega CD games. Then we're gonna get Sega Saturn games. Then they're gonna stop at Dreamcast. It's gonna take a while, but that's probably what they're gonna do.
Yo, if this happens, okay, hold on. So if this happens where Nintendo all of a sudden becomes like this retro, every ROM, every old game you can think of is going to be on the Switch type deal, because you already see them with the Neo Geo games in the store. Sega Ages is coming. Now they're doing their NSO, bro. Like,
that's the virtual console right there.
that's going to be nuts. That's going to be nuts, and that's bigger than
I told
virtual
you guys
console.
I said it even back when they announced the online service. This is virtual console. It's just rebranded,
and it's actually better this way. Well, the virtual console that they're doing with Nintendo is actually better in my opinion, because real talk, I feel as though you would suffer a lot from buying. If you had to buy these old games, you would be kind of messed up, because it's like, why am I buying this old game and I'm going to play once or twice? The fact that you only pay for a service here and there and you could pick it up whatever you want to makes more sense to me, that you pay $1.67 a month to say, you know what, I have time to just go ahead and try it out, and if I don't want to play this game, I can play another game, and these games on average are $5 each, and that's minimum. For the NES games are $5 each. If you go look on the Nintendo website right now, so you're getting your money's worth.
So when do we get Ages? Do we have Ages right now? Like, what's going on?
Ages is this week.
Okay, is this week? First few titles set to appear on the Age range. Both Sonic the Hedgehog and Thunder Force 4 will be available the 20th of September. So there you go. Previously announced titles Alex Kidd, Game Ground, Fantasy Star are set to follow these two games at a future date. So they're already kicking it off with Sonic. I mean, that's a given. I'd never played Thunder Force.
Sonic 2 is coming too as well, by the way. Sonic 2 is confirmed. So is Double Dragon.
I mean, it's about to get real with this, with these two, with all these offers. And I love to see this now. I mean, we never see this happen, but I'd love to see some sort of Nintendo be able to exclusively get Sega property. I'd love to see that, but that probably will never happen. But I'd love to see it. But either way, that'll do it for the podcast. This was a good one. Chilled, laid back. I appreciate y'all. What's up? What you got?
Guys, okay. Special offers. So here are the special offers. So I actually went on the website, and exclusively for Nintendo Switch Online members, new offers will be added. So be sure to check back regularly. Right. Exclusive product order. The first thing they show is that Nintendo Switch Entertainment controllers. That's under the special offers.
So that's that's the exclusive offers, those controllers. So you have to have the online, and I bet you that's going to be limited or what?
They said that already though.
No. During the direct, they said special order or offers. We'll have more for that in the future. What I'm looking at now, they're showing that off right now. They're showing that off right now on their website, so it actually contradicts their direct. And another special offer, which they didn't announce during the direct, is special offer. I'm actually, I have to make this a video about this. Special offer for those with 12-month individual or family memberships, exclusive Splatoon 2 in-game gear download. So these are the special order offers they're talking about. Nintendo account holders with 12-month Nintendo Switch Online memberships, individual or family, will get downloaded codes for exclusive gear for your character to wear Splatoon 2 game. And be sure to check back, check your email for your download code starting early October. And you get an online jersey and online Squid Kid V shoes.
Those are pretty cool, but...
And then they're gonna add more to this as time goes on.
Doesn't sound too exciting to me.
It doesn't.
No, not very exciting.
It doesn't.
And the shipments of these controllers will begin mid-December, so we still gotta wait that long to get the controllers. There you go. So hey,
I'm not I'm not down to pay $60 for 2 NES controllers.
Yeah.
Hey, but
Yeah,
you get them,
even
but you
though
get
they're
them jerseys and them
wireless,
shoes
nah.
though for Splatoon, bruh. You get them jerseys and them shoes for Splatoon. So there you go.
Is it just cosmetic or is it gonna do something extra?
That's
Well, they
cosmetic.
always do something extra. They always do
have a
something
gear
extra.
that does extra.
They always have things they can do. Like with thing with Splatoon, any type of cosmetic has a special like ability on it. And you can add abilities on it.
And it's a roll.
But no, it does come with its own special ability outside of the rolls.
That's true.
So we don't know if it's gonna be a 3-stock ability, so we don't know what that's gonna be. So that all depends.
I don't know what none of that means, but all right. I haven't played Splatoon like that, so. Oh, so wait, Avedon, back to your point earlier about God of War.
Yeah, how much it sold?
Huh?
How much it sold?
So, after 3 days, it hit over 3 million copies,
Yeah.
and later, after that month, it's over 5 million.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
I wonder where it's at now, cause I know the sales slowed down. Yo, I'm gonna say this, and I know you're closing out, Nick. I'm just gonna put this out there.
Right.
I'm going to call it now, guys. I think Spider-Man got Game of the Year.
So you're saying that
I
now?
haven't played it, but from what I've heard, it sounds like that may be it, but
I think Spider-Man got Game of the Year, guys.
could be.
Like easily one of the best games I played on the PS4.
Think so.
Easily. Even though, like, I will say this, you are instantly reminded of Arkham when you play the game. That's without question. But I'm gonna take it a step further. I think it's better than Arkham.
Uh-oh. That's kind of saying some things, but hey, you know what? I mean, yes. Arkham's great, but I've been looking for a game. I've been looking for that next game that everybody mentions that's better than Arkham.
And I'm gonna go further. I'm gonna say it's better than all the Arkhams.
Uh-oh.
Wait. Well, hold on.
Heard it here first, people. Avedon says it's better than Arkham. Better than Batman, Arkham Asylum, City, and whatever that
yes,
third one
was. I said all. In my opinion, I feel this one's better than all of them.
Did you play the Arkham games?
I have actually.
All of them?
All of them. I played all of them at least once. I didn't get a beat of them. I played all of them each once for the story and everything too. So that's kind of like the reason why I feel the way I do.
Hey,
I don't know.
He's giving this game high praise. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and end this thing, though. Let's go ahead and end this thing.
Like
Your man's got to go to work. Your man's got to go to work.
All right. My bad, Dave.
All right. So either way, like I said, everybody, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. We're going to end the podcast here. It was great. It was great. Good topics. Great discussion. Everybody in the chat was great. Appreciate y'all. Y'all kept it going. Y'all kept it live. It was great. So we're going to go ahead and do all of our outros, all that stuff. You know, all that. Avedon, go ahead. Let them know all that good stuff. What you doing? What you got planned this week?
Let's see. Well, I have a video about Nintendo Switch Online coming tomorrow morning, and then I have my nightly news videos that I'm going to do. So I'm going to touch on the news topics throughout the week. If there's any new trailers, do some reactions throughout the week. Probably some gameplay throughout the week. I probably stream either Spider-Man, Torna, or Octopath, depending on how I feel, or I may even stream some Zelda this week. And then we have the Friday Chillcast, which is the Avedon Direct Chillcast. If you do not already know, it is 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come through. We have a blast. Got a lot of people that come out. You know, you may enjoy it too. So come on through. If you're not subscribed, make sure you check out the channel. Hope you enjoy it. And yeah, if you want to see me just talk games and just play around and joke around, come on by. Come on by. Come on by. Come on by. Come on by.
Oh, this man is crazy. This man is crazy. Chips, let the people know what you're doing, man. The website, all that stuff. Let them know.
All right. So I have a website, chipsandsticks.com. I'll put it in chat box. It just got redone. Oh, you beat me to it. All right, so I just got my new PC up. So now streaming functions are back to 100%. This is long overdue. I'm gonna beat Calamity again in 2 nights.
Bro, you better beat it tonight, man. You better beat it tonight.
And you know where. And I am not prepared for it. I don't have as many hearts as I need. I ain't got no food. I got bare minimum armor. Maybe like 1 arrow to my name. And I'm going to do it anyway. Other than that,
make sure you get the Master Sword
that's
first.
happening later tonight at 12 midnight Eastern Standard Time. I usually stream for about 2 hours. Last time I streamed for like 5 hours. That was completely unintentional, but we all had a blast. I just put out a video about Smash Brothers, maybe affecting Pokemon sales. That's gonna come out in November and December. I'm actually going to be working on some video game impressions and reviews now that I can be back up on it. I have a little bit more time and better efficiency. Man, having this PC is amazing. And always one man Squirtle. So if you haven't already, hit that sub and come in and hang out with us.
Yes, and both.
So, can we do a raid?
Description box. Say what?
We do a raid?
Yeah, so who we got the raid? Who we got the raid?
We got Rax.
All right, we gonna raid Rax. All right, so we gonna put Rax's channel up in here. He's doing a Mario Kart stream. Ooh, giveaway stream. Y'all want to catch that? Y'all will want to catch that. It.
So go ahead, tell them Nick sent you guys. Say Nick,
Nicktendo raid or whatever. Let them know I sent
you know what? Nicktendo raid. Nicktendo raid.
Nicktendo raid. Let them know. Go that way. Avedon went ahead and posted it. Nicktendo raid. I'll post it one more time. There you go. Everybody click that link. Go over there. You already know who it is. Nicktendo Direct. You already know what I do. The podcast here on Sundays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. I also do the Nicktendo Direct Now, which is daily news and daily discussion. I do that at 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You guys already know. Appreciate y'all for stopping by. Y'all are the best. Y'all are the best. Have a good night. We'll see you guys later.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.